I was talking with my good homie last night, and he brought up an interesting idea to me. He says that the reason why he hasn't changed, even though he wants to, is because he hasn't been pushed to change. There hasn't been any factors in his life that has demanded him to change the person who he is and who he wants to become. And I think that's interesting, and I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with heavily, myself included. There's all these ideals that I want. There's all these things that I want to achieve, and it's easier to just not do it because I don't have to. I don't have to. It's when you fall on hard times, inevitably in life, you will be forced to become the person that has to overcome it. That's basically the only choice. I guess there's other choices, but I wouldn't recommend those. Seek professional help if you need it, guys. Please. And so, here we are, just kind of with this understanding that your environment doesn't need necessarily to change in order for you to become who you want. If anything, the environment is a barrier, especially if you live a very comfortable life. It's a barrier to being the person you want to be. So the best advice I can give on that front is to just let time pass until you're sick of your daily routine, I suppose. There's nothing you really can do except sulk in it, right? That's kind of what we're used to anyways. And one day you're going to feel an insurmountable amount of regret for all the things that you didn't do, that you should have, that you knew you should have. But just every day you're stalling. We're stalling. You need to believe. You need to firmly know what you want and firmly believe in it in order for you to change. And that's a really hard thing. That's a hard thing to do. Like, I don't know who I am. I don't really know what I want. It's interesting, right? I always thought that once I would be in a different place in my life, in a different setting, that things would fall into place. And while the tides have shifted and the seasons have changed and my circumstances, my environments have changed, I realized that it doesn't come down to that. It comes down to me. And so if you're kind of in this rut, you need to develop yourself, which is, again, really hard to just do. But you have to get out there and have life experiences and do things that make you uncomfortable. That's the key to it. That's growth. But we have this culture, this American culture of comfort prioritizing everything else. And so we've all kind of grown up under that influence, at least us Americans. And so it's kind of rooted in our head to seek the comfortable option. And it's just reinforced every single day with the dopamine exploitation from us, the social media. Even so, it's a breakable cycle. You just haven't been pushed to the point of where you need to begin to change. And maybe you're okay with that, maybe you're not. It's not up to me. But just know everything that you do is a product of how you think or feel about yourself. So watch your actions. Practice being completely aware of everything you're doing and why you're doing it and how it makes you feel. And if that's not information you can detect or make sense of, then keep trying, I suppose, or talk to someone about it. On God, you've got friends for a reason. Bam. Stop making excuses for yourself. Don't be deluded by the future. Everything that you need to do is in your hands. You have the control to do it right now. And sometimes you're going to have to forcefully put yourself in those uncomfortable situations so that you can become better. And if you have to physically remove a distraction, then do that. Bad people, negative people can be that distraction, can be that weight dragging you down. Just do what's best for you and trust that everything will work out. But find the balance too. Don't be completely selfish, right? If there's things you care about your friends, you're going to want to, you're going to want to put some time and effort into that. It's mutually beneficial too. Change will happen, but you have to be the one to make it happen. Simple self-help. BS. All right. Have fun, everybody. Good luck.